lovely girls, and this is Lương,
Thanh, Diệu Linh, Hồng, Quyên,
and me, Hiền. Today we are so excited to share with you guys some tips related to Vietnamese culture about, hospitality, behaviors, table manners, and dress code. I believe that if you have never been to the Southeast Asia before and Vietnam is your first country in the region, you may encounter with the cultural shocks. And don't be scared because that's a normal thing. And today we are here right now to help you. So let's start. Vietnamese people is considered to be so friendly, especially with the tourists. So what do you think about Vietnamese hospitality?
Yes, Vietnamese people are very hospitable. They always try their best to be attentive and helpful. They will try to hold your hand to help you cross the street, stand up from your chair if you are senior. They can chat with you if they see you on the road because they like foreigners so much. And finally, the most impressive side that shows Vietnamese people are very hospitable is their smile. I believe when foreigners come to Vietnam, the first thing they see is the smile, and that is the beauty of my beloved country.
Okay, so after some kinds of Vietnamese culture relating to hospitality, I think behavior is one of the important things the tourists should know before they come to Vietnam. So, can you share some tips relating to Vietnamese behavior?
Okay, I will give you some behavior that you should know to avoid some embarrassing situation when traveling to Vietnam. The first behavior I will give you is the elders are respected. After name, nationality, age is one of the first questions you will be asked in Vietnam. This means the older you are, the more respect you will receive. You shouldn't swear or bring up inappropriate topics when you are with the older people, things like death or sex. Besides that, at home or at work, their opinions carry more weight. Or when you are wearing a hat, you should remove it during speaking with the people that are older than you. The second is nobody wants to lose their face in public. Vietnamese people deeply care about their reputations and how they are perceived by their family, friends, and colleagues. So you should avoid doing anything that embarrassed or diminish a person in public. This could include arguing, ridiculing, or even battering too aggressively. This is also the reason why you are rarely see the violent outburst in Vietnam. And the last behavior I will give you is no touching of the head. Sometimes many people rub someone's head to be playful, but in Vietnamese culture or as with the Asian cultures, the hat is sacred, so don't ruffle someone's hair or pass items over someone's head, even with the small children.
So, besides some kinds of Vietnamese culture relating to hospitality, behavior, eating and drinking are the very important thing for the tourists, especially they have passion for Vietnamese cuisine. So can you share some tips for the tourists before they come to Vietnamese country, right?
Yes, as you know, Vietnam offers a variety of regional foods and dishes. So please to get some tips to answer that to you experience the unique flavor for the regions you are visiting in Vietnam. First, before eating, you can say chúc mọi người ngon miệng. That means the same thing like enjoy yourself, but also show your excitement for the meal. Second, remember, don't eat until the oldest person at the table begin eating. It is a token of respect for the old. Third, chopstick is the most commonly used eating utensil in Vietnam. Don't hold your chopstick vertically straight. It is the resemble for the incense stick, and it is related to the incense stick in the funeral. It is highly offensive. And don't play with your chopstick. Avoid clicking chopstick to the bowl or hitting to the table with your chopstick.
So, from my point of view, tipping is considered to be very important in another country. But do you think that this is important thing in Vietnam?
Well, actually, I think tipping is popular in the typical tourist places, especially in restaurants. You can give some tipping money to appreciate the good service, delicious food, or good stuff. However, it's not an obligation.
So, besides something like relating to Vietnamese people eating, I think dress code is a very important thing for the tourists when they come to Vietnamese culture. So, can you give some advice for the tourists about the dress code?
Foreigner who wish to travel to Vietnam, the red coat is one piece that is always been a matter of concern. I think it is very important for tourists to understand how to properly dress in Vietnam, both to show respect and to stay out of trouble. Here are the things you should remember to wear when Vietnam. Firstly, must covering up when necessary. Make sure to cover your bodies when you must show respect. You also can be denied entries if you are not dressed properly. For example, when visiting a golden or fair building, you must cover up and take off your shoes. Secondly, get half or fully naked on the beach. Vietnamese people are not used to see a naked people on the beach unless you know for sure that is to private area. And finally, don't to reveal it unless you're comfortable to be stared at. Wearing a clothing that is too reveal it can bring you a lot of attention or even unwanted thoughts in some cases.
You mean that these tips are so important, but do you think that this is just optional or this is obligation?
Oh well, these are not strict rules in dress codes in Vietnam, but these are the things you should remember before traveling.
Okay, so these are just some basic information relating to Vietnamese culture. You should share more information on many platforms, magazines, websites, or YouTube as well, because knowing more about culture can help you avoid many problems during your time in the very new country, and then you will have a joyous holiday as well. So if you have a chance to come to Vietnam, please, without further ado, let's go. We will always welcome you to our beautiful country. So have a nice trip. Stay gorgeous.